Get that going.
Cool.
Right, so
Testing.
Is it that great? So I'm very excited about part 2. You must be as well.
I'm very excited. I can't wait for it to be on TV.
I know. As soon as I start talking about it, you want to see it. Well, I do anyway. So you must have seen a lot of part 2 already, have you?
I've seen rough cuts of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a different experience watching Doctor Who without any of the music or the grade, the colours, or the sound effects. Yeah. Or any effects for that matter. Little cartoon drawings for monsters.
Absolutely. And what can you say about where we go in part 2? Can you reveal very much?
Well, basically, this whole complicated relationship between all of our cast members is explored, and kind of it's developed in so many ways. Actually, there's a lot of character development and revelations, and you know, a lot of things that have maybe been loose ends from the first half of the series are tied up. We've got some great new monsters, of course.
Oh, really? Yeah. Now tell me about the one in is it episode 8? We go back to, don't we?
Oh yes, we've got the Tesselecta.
Yeah. No, what is that?
It's a robot.
Sounds good.
I know, it's a great name, isn't it? It's a robot that tries to change history for the better. But is changing history always for the better?
Well, no, the thing about the Doctor, he's not allowed to, actually.
Well...
Yeah, so this is
something that's of issue. But the Doctor's been poisoned, so who's gonna save us all?
Yeah, well, it sounds great. And the whole River Song thing now is a fantastic plotline. But you didn't know immediately that that's the way it was going to develop, did you?
No, I didn't know until we'd done the read-through for the episode, where we find out. That's when I found out.
And what did you think?
I couldn't believe it. I was so excited, actually, that it had panned out like that. And I thought it was such a good payoff, actually, because I've always wondered who is this woman, ever since I saw her in a David Tennant episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a great mystery all the way along.
Yeah,
And what's it like playing with Alex? I mean, she's almost sort of senior cast member, isn't she?
Well, I mean, it's funny, like, we've always established that the relationship between River and Amy, even when they first meet, is never one of jealousy, which has happened before. Like, you know, we just didn't want there to be any of that, which is lucky, actually, because and they've always kind of respected each other slightly, because they're both quite sort of feisty. So that's interesting because, I mean, Alex knew, but I didn't.
Oh, did she? Oh, right.
Yeah, she's known from the beginning.
She did well to hide the secret, didn't she?
Yeah. Well, Stephen Moffat likes us to have secrets from each other. And yes. Well, it means that, you know, we're playing the performances more truthfully.
God, so you each know something that
at
the
one
others
point.
don't?
Yeah, at
really?
one point.
Gosh, how interesting.
Yeah.
But aren't you just dying to share it with the others? I mean,
Yes.
there you all are down in Wales doing this filming. It must...
Yeah, and you're chatting a lot of the day, so tempted to just come out with it, but I did not come out with mine. Still haven't come out with mine. Oh, it's good.
well done. I mean, the great thing now, I think, is that the assistant seems to be sort of driving the plot in a way, driving the bigger story, whereas in the past it's not always been the case.
Yeah, which is great for me as an actor.
Thanks, Stephen.
That's actually like part of the reason that I couldn't really believe that she was that relevant in the overall storyline. But I was so privileged to get to play all of this stuff as an actor, you know.
And is it going to continue that way? I take it through the whole revelations of the second part. She's still at the centre of where the story's going then, and her and River Song.
Yeah, she's very much involved in the heart of it, but they all are at this point. All of the cast. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, and I mean, it seems to me. What about your relationship with the Doctor? Because often that can be quite sort of crackly, can't it? You know. How do you sort of sum it up with the relationship with the Doctor?
I think it's sort of developed a lot since they first meet, obviously. But I always wanted it to be quite a turbulent relationship, and I wanted them to bicker and get angry at each other and rile each other up, because I just think it's more interesting to watch than them just liking each other.
Aren't you a fantastic time?
Yeah, wow, you were great. You know, so I wanted it to be quite sort of clashy, and so did Matt. So that's kind of what we went for, just kind of like bickery, brother and sistery, bit of a spark between them, and just a really overall strong underlying connection between these two people.
Yeah.
So it's got multiple layers. it's a multi-layered cake.
Absolutely. And how do you get on with Matt? And is that relationship reflected in how you get on together as a?
Yeah,
as
I
actors,
do think that that we, in a weird way, sort of stay in character all day.
Gosh, really?
Yeah, but not consciously. We're not method actors, not at all. But just in a weird way, it's seeped into the way we are with each other. So it's, I don't know, it's really, really strange actually. But it is a form of keeping up the energy as well, because it's such a high octane show, and you're doing things in really quick little bursts.
Yeah, well, I've seen it. It's when I've seen it filmed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how do you find it down there in Wales? Because it's quite a little sort of creative hub, isn't it? You know, you're all there and you're all focused on it. I mean, is that pretty much how it unfolds?
Every day, yeah. That's what it's like every day for 9 months. And the other day we went back for 2 days filming, which was really strange, having been away for a while. And it was just like, whoa, this is really, I cannot believe we did this for every day for 9 months. It was crazy. But amazing though, you know, you really, really get a rhythm going, you know?
Yeah, I bet you. I mean, it seems like, people say actors don't do any work, but it seems like when I go down there, it's quite hard work. You're really in there.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, like, this is, I think, not that I'm massively experienced, but I think it's pretty difficult. It is hard work in terms of acting jobs.
Yeah.
Just because of the quick turnaround and the amount you've got to shoot and the amount of dialogue you have, and just sort of being in every scene and stuff like that a lot of the time. So it is quite hard work in that sense. But then again, I'm not that experienced, so I don't really know.
Did you always want to be an actress?
Yes, as far back as I can remember, yeah.
Was anything that inspired you to be an actress? Anyone?
It was kind of, I was really obsessed with Alice in Wonderland and the film Little Shop of Horrors. That's my earliest memory of watching any sort of performance. And then I found recording equipment. That was a huge discovery in my life. I got a karaoke machine, found out I could record my voice on a tape. Oh my God. Like every day, I have tapes and tapes of my voice.
Do you still have them?
Yes, they're still around. My room hasn't changed.
So what would you sing?
No, it wasn't singing. It was like talking and singing and everything. I don't know. Weird. But it was just the whole act of recording something.
Yeah.
And then I've got a video camera, one of those big VCR things, which I still have. And then started making little films, and then it kind of went from there, really.
Okay, and you went to Central, was it, to do drama? Was
no, I went to Edinburgh to study at college for a year.
Oh, right.
And then I moved to London to go to Italia Conti.
Oh, right.
But I left after like a few months. So, yeah.
And so how did you get this part? How were you spotted, or how did you get to the audition?
I just auditioned for it. Yeah, my agent was just like, they would like to see you for the new Doctor Who companion, don't tell anyone. And I was like, okay then. And then I turned up on the wrong day.
Did you?
Yeah. But then I went back the next day. And then it kind of happened from there. I did 2 auditions and then found out on the day of my second audition, which was really nice.
Gosh, fantastic. And how are you coping with the whole media circus and everything? I mean, I remember going to a BAFTA screening, and I think you and Matt left the building and you got in a car and you were going down Piccadilly and you were literally being sort of...
Oh my God, yeah.
...chased by everybody down the centre of Piccadilly. I'm thinking, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, that was particularly crazy.
That was right the early days, I guess. But
yeah.
It's probably, I don't know, is it any better, worse now?
It is slightly, yeah. In terms of like paparazzi and things like that, it's not like it was last year, which is kind of nice.
Oh right, so it's better in that respect. So you haven't got as many.
Not paparazzi. People sitting outside my house and stuff like that, which is nice because then I can go get milk and stuff. Woohoo! So that's really nice. But I I don't know. I sort of try and just deal with it in ways that I can, but I don't really see it as a massive issue that I have to deal with. Like, I don't see it like that.
No, so it obviously doesn't intrude too much on your everyday.
No, because I just believe it's all about making the choices. Well, you know, you can go to places where you're going to get pictured, or you can go somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? Mm. So I would choose to go to a local pub with my friends, and then I'm not going to get pictured. So it's about what you want, I think.
And you seem to have this legion of fans, a lot of them older fans as well. I mean, how does that make you feel?
I mean, I think it's really nice. I do. But you know, the majority of people who come up to me are young girls. So that is really nice.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And what do they want to know mostly?
They're just like, I'm A. They're just excited to see A.B. Pond, I guess.
Yeah. And what do your family make of everything that's happened to you?
They couldn't believe it at first, but I think they're starting to get used to it now. Yeah. But I mean, my friends don't care, which is what they really don't know.
Well, that's
because
good.
I mean, you know, this would kind of be like, you know, they would never want to do a job like this. Where they have to get up and perform, because they don't like that. So it's not as if they're all like, you know, idolising it in any way.
Yeah.
They just don't care, which is great.
That is good. So what's it like when you go back to your hometown?
That's kind of mental, because it's a small place. Yeah. So.
Is it Inverness?
Yeah, Inverness. Yeah. That is pretty mental going back.
That's way
there.
up there, isn't it?
It's in the middle of nowhere.
It is.
And yeah. But it's really nice. I go up there as much as I can. I support my local theatre. I'm the arts education ambassador.
Oh, really?
Thank you very much. So that's quite nice to go and sort of hand out certificates for all the students that study there and everything.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And you've got a couple of other projects, I know, just quickly. The Jean Shrimpton thing. How's that going?
That is all in the can now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How did that go? Did you enjoy it?
I loved every second of it, because it was just so different. It was like the antithesis of working on something like Doctor Who. Doctor Who's a big sci-fi machine, really well-oiled machine. And then the Jean Shrimpton project, We'll Take Manhattan, was just like, it was a really low budget, everyone sort of mucking in to get this film made, which was really nice.
And did you know much about her?
I was aware of her before, because I just was aware of her and David Bailey. I'm quite interested in fashion photography. So then when that came along, I was already aware of her, but then I got well into my research and now know quite a lot about her.
That's great. And Juliet as well, in a Romeo and Juliet in a production.
That's kind of something that I can't really discuss at the moment, because it's sort of all pipeline stuff.
It's also very good. All right, that's terrific.
Great.
That's me, yeah.
Cool.
Excellent.
Lovely, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Indeed. The way out.
I can indeed.
Exit out the building.